Welcome back to Let's Play Phoenix Wright, Trials and Tribulations. On our last exciting adventure, well, you'd be surprised what a woman can actually do to actually get the things you need at a short time that you need it. Moving on. So far, we have very little to work with, however, and I do mean however, that goes without saying about what's going to happen in the courtroom. So let's take it on inside as we continue this case of bad taste in Recipe for Turnabout. So let's proceed inside the courtroom for the first part of our trial. From the chapter start, please. January 7, 9:48 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 1.
Oh, I see. I guess I should have expected this. Nobody saw the other guy, huh? But he was there when I took the coffee over, sir. Scout's honor.
Maggie!
Ah! Detective Gumshoe!
Are you doing alright? How are you feeling?
As if you need to ask either.
But it's kind of raggedy.
As if you need to ask either question, sir.
Don't let him get you down, Maggie. And don't forget to eat well, okay?
Roger!
And you! Yes? You better square this case away. Got it, pal? Maggie's innocent. You hear? If you screw up, then I'll be doing some squaring away myself. Squaring away some paperwork for your arrest.
I think he's serious. Hey, Detective! You're on our side for once, right?
Yep.
So you'll be able to help Maggie out, right? Really? Can you, sir?
Of course! I've got the situation under control. I'm gonna be the first witness on the stand today. If something I say doesn't match with the facts, make sure you point it out, alright? Sure. Okay. We're forming a united front, pal. You get me?
I can't tell you how grateful I am, sir. I've always admired you so much, Detective.
From a distance.
I know I can count on you. Looks like it should go all pretty smoothly today, huh?
I can only wish. Damn, I shouldn't have drank that ice water. January 7th, 10 a.m. District Courtroom number 4. You better keep counting the cups, kiddies, because I am. Court is now in session for the trial of Maggie Bed. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Indeed, the defense really is ready this time. I got my notes. Fine. 1. Bitter. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor. Oh! What's wrong? Nothing. Just whenever I addressed you in the previous trial, your response was, Yes, talking to me? Yes, talking to me? I know you ain't talking to me. It was a little, intimidating. No, that wasn't me. That was the phony Phoenix. I see. So our trusty Phoenix Wright is back with us now, is he?
Our trusty?
So, Mr. Godot, your opening statement, please.
Mr. Trite, whether you're a fake or the real deal, we will find out soon enough through this trial today.
But I can only tell you I'm the real Phoenix Wright!
I wasn't questioning whether you are Phoenix Wright or not. I was questioning whether you had studied law or not. That's what I tend to find out. There's no denying it. Behind that mask is a man who really hates me for some reason or another.
As everyone is aware, the court has already given its verdict on this case once. Therefore, I won't stand for irrelevant testimony during this retrial. Nor will I stand for a simple repetition of the evidence presented in the last trial. I'm not planning on repeating anything that phony me said. Trust me. Now then, Mr. Godot, please summon your first witness.
Let's start with the formalities, shall we? Name and occupation.
Witness! State your name for the court!
Huh? Oh, sorry, sir. My name's Police Department's Detective. Occupation. Nick Gumshoe.
Oh dear Lord. It's gonna be one of those days, kiddies.
The name's Police Department Detective. Occupation. What did I say? Operation. Occupation. The name's Police Department Detective. Occupation Nick Gumshoe. Other way around. Huh? Oh, sorry. Anyway, I'm the officer in charge of this case since yesterday, sir.
Since yesterday?
Yeah, the guy who was on the initial investigations tied up with another case now. I hope Gumshoe's really got everything under control for everyone's sake.
I see. So, Detective Gumshoe, would you outline the court the basic facts of the case?
Yes, sir. The victim's name was Glenell. He was a professional programmer. He was on the payroll of Blue Screens, Inc., a local company. This is the victim's autopsy report.
The court accepts this into evidence. And we get the autopsy report.
And here are the floor plans of the restaurant. When the incident took place, the victim was sitting right here. The poisoned coffee was brought over to him by a waitress.
The waitress being the accused.
Yeah. The victim died from poisoning almost immediately after he took a sip of the coffee. At the time of the incident, there were 2 other people in the restaurant. Mr. or Ms. Jean, whatever. Mr. Jean Armstrong, the owner and chef, and a regular by the name of Mr. Victor Crudo.
It still seems to be a very straightforward case to me. So we get the floor plans from Torrebien, along with the autopsy report.
Come, detective. Take up this hammer. And nail the defendant's coffin shut with your own 2 hands.
Now then, Detective Gumshoe, let's have your testimony.
Yes, sir. The incident.
When the incident took place, the victim was alone at his table, sir.
I really should get my glasses out for this. One moment. I said when I was going to read this, in this small kind of text, I should have my glasses ready. And ready they are.
We understand that the guy, Glenelg, was listening to the radio at the time. Traces of poison were found in his coffee cup. And what we found was potassium cyanide. That stuff really packs a punch. And, it looks like Miss Bird might have had, well, some kind of motive.
Using the dark, aromatic depths of coffee to conceal the poison. Classy lady. The facts of this case seem to be ironclad. Mr. Wright, I would ask you to begin your cross-examination, but...
Yes.
Please, no intimidation tricks this time around, is that understood?
I already told you that wasn't me!
Well, let's start with the fifth statement. Yeah, that sounds kind of strange, doesn't it? Well, let's press on that. Hold it! Some kind of motive.
Yeah, but if you ask me, it's been blown way out of proportion.
Objection!
You know what my golden rule is, detective. Chuck out a bad cup of coffee. You can always get another.
Huh? I don't get it.
I'm saying we can always get another witness on the stand if we have to chuck you out. So, stick to the facts, detective. Now then, what was Miss Bird's motive? Come on, Gumshoe.
They say she wanted to steal a lottery ticket.
I knew it. That's what we heard yesterday, too.
It disappeared from the scene of the crime.
And it wasn't just any lottery ticket. It was a winning ticket for $500,000.
Mr. Armstrong knew about the ticket too, didn't he? But he stole the wrong one.
Then is it possible Maggie stole the winning one? What should I do? Should I press on this point a little harder or not? Press it. Wait a minute! The mere fact that the lottery ticket disappeared in no way implicates my client. I hope I read that right. The mere fact that the lottery ticket disappeared in no way implicates my client. Just had to make sure. I have here in my hand the very ticket in question. That's the $500,000 lottery ticket?
One of the female police officers found it when she was conducting a search of the defendant.
Ooh. What? Order! Order! She's quite a lucky bird, our waitress. You will submit that ticket as evidence to the court?
Immediately! I better keep an eye on that ticket. The way the judge's voice is quivering. So we get the lottery ticket. This ticket was presented to the court in the previous trial too. But it feels heavier now, so now. $500,000, you say? It's just a scrap of paper. What matters is where it was found. I bet he wants to say it was found on Maggie's person.
You really think there are any contradictions in this testimony?
To be honest, I don't know. But
Gumshoe told us out in the lobby. He said we'd be forming a united front, right? How will we win the case if he doesn't throw us a line?
I don't have a whole lot of options right now. The best I can do is to gather the facts together, I guess. In this case, let's press number 1. Can I stop you for just a minute?
Huh? What is it? Did I say something that contradicts the evidence?
He's so desperate for that to be true. He's practically crying. Your testimony just now doesn't match the testimony given by Miss Bird. She claims that there was another man at the victim's table.
Yeah, that's what she said.
And what the killer wouldn't say, that when faced with a homicide conviction. Hey! Sadly, her testimony isn't supported by the owner or the other customer. Isn't that right, Detective Gumshoe?
Yeah, it's true. There are two testimonies tie up on that.
They both said there was no other guy at the table. What should I do? Should I press at this point? A little harder or no? Yeah, let's press that. Well, maybe the other witnesses just missed him. Perhaps their view of the victim's table was obscured in some way. Ha! That argument is as weak as the coffee at Trebian, right? I have here my position. A ticket. Ticket? Looks more like a photo to me. Yes, a one-way ticket to guilty. Population the defendant. You know, I played a lot of Hill games. Farmville, Cityville, Chefville, but never Guiltyville. I wonder if that's on Facebook right now. This is the photograph taken from near the entrance to the kitchen. This is the scene as witnessed by the chef moments after. This is the scene as witnessed by the chef moments after the poisoning took place, correct? I think the court will agree that with such a clear view of the scene of the crime. How, Mr. Wright, could anyone have overlooked a second person at the table? Good! It certainly seems to show the victim's table entirely clearly. Extremely clearly. Why do I say entirely? It certainly seems to show the victim's table extremely clearly. And we get the crime photo. Next one is number 3. Hold it! So, traces of the poison were found in the coffee cup and nowhere else.
Not sure I get you, pal.
Was the poison a liquid, or was it a powder?
If I had to put in layman's terms, I'd say it was a powdery substance.
Like sugar. So the poison could have been in anything that was on the table. sugar, salt, pepper.
Objection!
2. Do you put salt and pepper in your coffee? Try it.
The victim took his coffee black with no sugar.
Seems that the poison could have been in the coffee. What should I do? Should I press on this point, Lord? Yes, press. Are you absolutely certain that the victim even drank any of his coffee?
Huh? What do you mean?
According to this file, the poison was found in the victim's coffee cup. But what proof is there that the victim ever drank any of it?
Oh, hey, you're right. That's what I was saying.
Objection!
I'm busy. I'm busy. One moment. In case you were wondering, that last objection was for the detective there.
Huh? For me?
Oh, hey, you're right! You may be fooling the court, but I'm not falling for it. If you have the time to waste, you have the time to present that piece of evidence.
That piece, sir?
Yes, that piece.
What piece was it again?
This!
Should I be grateful this coffee is only hot enough to give me first-degree burns? Oh, now I remember! This is the victim's coffee cup.
Yes, the victim's cup. Take a good look at the rim. Oh yes, it's unmistakable. There's clearly a coffee stain on it. Conclusive proof that the victim did drink the poison coffee that was in this cup. 3. The victim. Goddamn! Yeah, I'm gonna skip on that. I'm really gonna skip on that. For the record, the only prints on the cup were the victims and the defendants. I hate being thrown off character like that.
Upon further investigation of the cup, we found a certain chemical substance.
That's enough. The facts of this case seem overwhelmingly clear to me. The defendant had ample opportunity to commit the crime which she is charged. Furthermore, it seems beyond reasonable doubt that she did indeed commit the crime. I like an old man who knows the score. There's also the matter of the $500,000 lottery ticket. That alone provides a very credible motive. I mean, for that sum of money, even I may be tempted to bend the rules. I don't mind an old man who is weak to the siren call of money.
Not good, Nick. The evidence against Maggie is starting to pile up fast.
Yeah, that's because the court has ruled guilty once already. 4. I'd say it's about time to wrap up this repeat performance. With one final decisive piece of evidence.
He's got more evidence against Maggie?
This is the apron the delightful Miss Bed was wearing at the time.
Wow. That's not the cleanest apron I've seen.
That stain looks like... It can't be blood, can it? Seems the star of our play was a little flustered. And somehow spilled coffee on herself.
The coffee? That's not exactly the first thing that caught my eye.
Of course, the coffee stain is the most interesting thing about this apron.
No, there's something else that stands out even more. Something else? I presume you mean... Of course, I'm referring to the pocket.
The pocket?
Search carried out right after the incident uncovered this. Potassium cyanide, the very poison used by the killer, was in her pocket apron.
A bottle of poison in Maggie's pocket? Yeah, and Maggie's prints were the only ones on it.
What?!
Order, order, order! The court will accept these items into evidence!
So we get the apron, the potassium cyanide, along with the coffee cup. And there's still something bothering me, Mr. Gordo. Why have you not explained the blood stain to the court? Blood stain? What blood stain would that be? Don't play games, prosecutor. The blood-covered stain that's smeared all over the apron. That's ridiculous. No one told me about a blood stain.
You didn't need to be told. Just look at it.
Well, detective, could this stain really be blood?
No way, sir. It's just ketchup, sir.
Ketchup?
She must have gotten some on her apron while taking someone their breakfast that day.
You could have spoken up a little sooner, Detective Gumshoe. Pull a stunt like that, and I'll have you drink 17 cups of ketchup, witness.
No. I thought everyone knew what it was already.
I haven't seen anything yet to make me doubt the last verdict I ruled on this case. The motive, the opportunity, and the supporting evidence. They have all been clearly established. Well, Wright. It seems you really are phony after all.
You really know how to drive a man nuts.
Witness, please continue with your testimony. Describe for the court the crime scene and the findings of your investigation now. The investigation.
The crime was reported at 2:25 p.m. by a kind of scary old man, sir. Poor Maggie had passed out from the shock. It must have been real tough for her.
Excuse me.
The victim didn't have any identification on him, but we figured out who he was pretty quick. And then the investigation went smoothly. When Maggie was searched, we found the lottery ticket and the bottle of poison. And that was it. There was nothing else missing from the crime scene.
You identified the victim and secured your prime suspect. Very good. Last chance to convince the court you're a real lawyer, that's right. Don't count on any more cross-examinations after this one. So, let the fun begin. Well, the only thing we need to do is push every little thing for this. Hold it! Scary old man, Detective Gumshoe. There's an old man who's a regular at the restaurant where the incident happened. We're obviously talking about the same old man. Officers were dispatched right after the report came in, but the old guy still made a fuss. What took you so long? And he hurled abuse at them in seats. Seats. Huh. It was nothing. I caught each one with my teeth. I guess not even the mighty Godo can avoid being attacked by that guy. The old man was the only other customer in the place at the time. He took his time finding a payphone apparently, and so he was late reporting the crime. How long was the defendant unconscious for? The officers got to the crime scene at around 2:40. Maggie was still out cold in the kitchen at that time. It took another 10 minutes or so because she came to. It took another 10 minutes or so before she came to. I would have liked to have been on the scene myself. I bet you would have liked to carry out the search too. I would love to see Maggie asleep like that. Oh, pretty and peaceful. You're a professional detective, Gumshoe, not a professional bird watcher! Save the romantics for your own time, detective. All we need to know about is the investigation. Oh, sorry, I guess I'm pretty red right now, aren't I? Oh god, you have no idea. The victim had yeah, that sounded short, didn't it? He didn't have any? Are you saying that it was stolen then? No, I didn't think so. The victim didn't even have a driver's license or even a credit card on him, pal. All he had was 58 cents in his wallet. 58 cents? Yeah! Can't believe I found someone with less in their wallet than me, pal! The victim sounds like he was a thoroughly miserable young man. Or some kind of outlaw. Why not give him a bit of an edge? I think I'm on something here. Really? Wait a sec! Huh? Did I say something dumb again? Let me paraphrase what you just testified to this court. The victim didn't have any form of ID on him. That's basically what you said, yes? Yeah, basically. In that case, how were you able to identify the victim so quickly? Oh, that. He's so let down. He's got the whole sagging shoulders and puppy eyes thing going. There was a prescription bag on the victim's table along with the lottery ticket. Seems Mr. Glenn Elg visited his doctor before he went to Très Bien. We got the victim's name from the medical records of the doc who prescribed the meds. That's a reliable enough source for the court. Should I do? Should I leave this alone? Yeah, I want to hear about the bag. So what sort of medicine was in the bag? Well, actually the bag we found was empty. Huh. Yeah, completely empty. it was completely empty. And we get the bag added to as evidence. You're entering an empty paper bag as evidence. Desperate are you, Wright? Now, what happened with the investigation after that, Detective? But the defendant had been passed out for a while, correct? In that case, isn't it possible? Isn't it possible someone planted the evidence in Maggie's pockets?
Hey, yeah, you nailed it, pal. Happens to me all the time. Yeah, the apartment party the other day. When I got home, I was wearing a boss's shoes.
Objection!
Exactly. Keep up this crazy testimony, Detective, and those shoes will end up down your throat.
Sorry.
So, Wright, someone planted the evidence in Maggie's pocket. That's a pretty bold statement. Care to back it up with some evidence?
Well, I'd love to if I had any.
It appears you have no evidence to support your theory, Mr. Wright. Continue with your testimony, witness. Yeah, about that. So the $500,000 lottery ticket and the bottle of poison were accounted for.
Yeah.
Interesting. It's true that those two items are accounted for. But wasn't there another lottery ticket that was stolen that day?
Oh yeah, the one the restaurant owner took. He won a whole dollar with it. What a lucky guy, huh?
And they're just going to let him get away with it. It was just $1, Detective.
I guess no one cares when it's that little, unless it's Gumshoe.
If I don't find a hole in the evidence, the judge is going to hand down his verdict.
Gumshoe isn't giving us anything to work with. And we can't find any contradictions. He doesn't give us something.
Yeah, that's true. But Maggie and Gumshoe are like Dumb and Dumber. Our only hope is that they were so dumb they missed something obvious.
Come on, Gumshoe, be the dumbest you ever been!
Oh, God! Be all that you can't be! Get a derp on your life in the derp army! Well, we're going back to this, and, there's something I want to present. I'd say, objection! Detective Gumshoe, I think I should point something out to you. There's just one small contradiction in your testimony.
Oh, finally! I'm getting all anxious just waiting. So hurry up, will ya?
You testified that nothing else was missing from the crime scene. However, the prescription bag you mentioned was empty. Did the officers recover the medicine from the scene of the crime later?
No, they didn't.
The victim was given a prescription right before going to Trebian. Where then did the medicine disappear to?
You are too cool, pal!
Indeed. Due consideration wasn't given to the victim's prescription
In the previous trial, witness, why do you always overlook such vital pieces of evidence? I guess that's the most cursed thing I've done so far, huh? The victim was killed by poison, and the victim's medicine mysteriously disappeared. The victim's own prescription could have been the lethal poison itself. Order! Well, Mr. Godo, what do you have to say to that? That's all. What? Read the court. The name of the clinic. Read for the court the name of the clinic on the prescription bag, if you will. What's the clinic's name got to do with anything? New Ear Orological Clinic. Orological? Orological. I'm gonna go with that one. Orological. Big words. New Ear Ortological Clinic. Yeah, what he said. What kind of illness was the victim suffering from, Mr. Godo? 6 or 7. Hardly an illness, Your Honor. More like a bitter war wound, you could say. No, that was 6. War wound. The day before the incident, Mr. Elk found himself in a fight. Took a blow to the side of the head and ruptured his eardrum. He ruptured his eardrum? Then what on earth was the prescription he was given? It was a cream that was to be applied topically inside his ear canal, not to be ingested. What? It's mentioned in the autopsy report if you read the fine print. They found traces of the medication in the victim's left ear. Yes, here it is. Very, very fine print. Seems Mr. L correctly applied some of his medication while he's at Trebian. Therefore, it would be absurd to believe that he would have eaten his medication. Oh. Seems that this medication is irrelevant to the case after all. No.
Nick! If you don't think of something quick, it'll all be over.
She's right. But I can't just get away with any... Oh, weak objection. What should I do? Let's push that medication issue. Only moments ago, Mr. Godo made the following statement. It seems Mr. L correctly applied some of his medication while he was at Trebian. If that's the case, then why was the medication not found at the scene of the crime? But the medication in question was for topical use inside the ear canal. That doesn't change the fact that it could not be found at the crime scene. However insignificant it may seem, it's a lawyer's duty to pursue the truth.
Objection.
You know as well as that that the medication is irrelevant. It hardly seems like that a prescription drug would contain potassium cyanide. It hardly seems likely that the coffee the waitress served would contain it either. But it did! The possibility is undeniable! That's enough. Mr. Godo, is the detective the only witness the prosecution wishes to call? Mr. Godo. I've got my own witness I'd like to call, sir. It's the old man who was there in the restaurant on the day of the murder. Victor Kudo. The pigeon hair? Very well.
The matter of the disappearing medication seems little more than trivial best. However, it wasn't explored at all in the previous trial, and that is something that bothers me.
Yay! Good job, Nick.
The court will adjourn for a 10-minute recess, after which we will hear the prosecution's next witness. I suppose this means I'll just have to finish you off in my last 6 cups. Court is adjourned for recess. January 7th, 11:03 a.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 1.
Phew, that was close.
Tell me about it. I nearly died in there.
That's my line, sir. No, it's my line. I think I really did die a little bit. Looks like I nearly died in there. I can't believe Detective Gumshoe. How could he betray us like that? He said he'd help me, but he totally set me up.
I don't think he meant to do that, Maggie. He was backed into a corner. I mean, the guy's got to do his job, right?
It's okay. I know all about lies and betrayal. I've had them my whole life. But it really hurt this time. It felt like someone punched me hard in the stomach.
How would you know what that felt like, dear?
I hate that guy. I don't ever want to see him again.
Poor Gumshoe.
So the next witness is going to be that old guy from the park, right?
Yeah, Mr. Kudo. Lover of waitress outfits and projectile seeds.
I bet he's gonna be really stubborn. I mean, he's pretty set in his ways, you know. Yeah, he's a big old grouch. Are you going to be able to handle him, Nick?
Yeah, I can take whatever he throws at me. Even those never-ending birdseeds. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to stop, and in the next part, we're going to take on the grouchy old man with the never-ending supply of birdseeds. So stay tuned in the next part when we take on the old man who wants to be a Bulbasaur. When Phoenix Wright Trials and Tribulations continues right after this.